Happy birthday, Charles. Happy birthday.
They also seized evidence of the freak-offs. Electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs. More than 1,000 bottles altogether.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
So y'all already know how we playing out this
Let's
real life.
Real life.
Yeah, nigga, no Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me, you
Talk
heard?
that shit, Meek. Yeah, Meek.
Everyone's turning on Diddy now. Even Meek Mill, who was once seen as Diddy's closest ally, is reportedly ready to take the stand and spill everything about his experience inside Diddy's twisted world. Sources say Meek is about to expose how he got manipulated, and it's all blowing up because of that footage from his infamous 27th birthday party. If you've been keeping up with the Diddy trial, you already know the drill. There are alleged tapes, celebrities getting dragged into the chaos, and shocking new details dropping every day. From everything that's come out so far, one thing is clear: Diddy ran his empire with an iron grip, and plenty of big names were involved. Nobody is as innocent as they pretend to be, not even Cassie. In this trial, everyone's secrets are coming out, and there's nowhere left to hide.
You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
the shopping thing is
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood.
Allegedly, Diddy was the one behind the camera, capturing all the chaos himself. The rumors say he filmed everything for leverage, pure blackmail material. People in the industry have whispered about this for years. Jaguar Wright has spoken out about it. Gene Deal did too. The stories just keep stacking up.
I sat right here and told y'all there was activity on the darknet. Videos were being distributed and were going to be sold for profit because the diddler needs the money. Did I not say that? Right here.
Bro, those people who was caught at Diddy's party did not know that he had 250 tape recorders in that house. That's a big house. But he had 250 tape recorders.
And now, with Diddy's trial officially underway, some of those tapes allegedly made it into federal hands, and the feds ain't holding back. They will be playing some of that footage in court. And one of the wild tapes they allegedly showed featured a party thrown by Diddy with Meek Mill right in the middle of it. And now he might be singing in court too, just to clear his name. According to reports, the NDA that Diddy made Meek sign has run its date, and so Meek is not going to be holding back. Allegedly, one of those tapes that Fed has their hands on is from Meek Mill's birthday party thrown by none other than Diddy himself. You'd think it's just some regular turn-up, but nah, this party was straight chaos. Diddy went all out for Meek Mill's 27th birthday, renting out the extravagant Parisian Palace in Las Vegas for $25,000. The event held 3 days after Meek's actual birthday also coincided with the Floyd Mayweather vs. Marcos Maidana fight, ensuring the night would be packed with A-list guests. The guest list was stacked, and it had a number of Diddy's alleged boy toys, French Montana, Lil Durk, King Bop, and several hired girls. Diddy made sure every detail was perfect, from lingerie-clad dancers to a naked sushi platter centerpiece. There was a woman covered only by a piece of clear vinyl serving sushi to the partygoers. When the party ended around 3 a.m., the Parisian Palace was left looking like a crime scene. The property manager, Jason Haight, described it as disgusting. Bloodstained bedding, used condoms, broken bottles, and even half an ounce of nose candy scattered around the mansion. And get this, the audio that went viral of Meek and Diddy. Yeah, it's allegedly from that same party. Now let's talk about that audio for a second. Allegedly, Meek let Diddy use him so bad he almost ended up in the hospital.
He's dressing like, he dressing the same he dressing like Diddy? Hugged up with Diddy?
In campaigns like politicians, powerful words, no doubt, but not everybody was buying it. Let's be real. Meek and Diddy were close, like too close. Like they were out here wearing matching shirts and going on vacations together. Speculation started running wild. Some folks said Diddy's bodyguard might have leaked it, but then Jaguar Wright came in swinging. She pointed the finger at Nicki Minaj. Yeah, Meek's ex said she might have had her hands in this whole thing.
They had a recording of Meek and Diddy
Making love?
I don't know if it was love.
Okay, you have it? Let's hear it.
What?
Yo, wait a minute. Wait, ah!
You didn't hear this?
No!
Now, Miran,
Yeah.
what does that sound authentic?
It absolutely.
again.
Oh my God.
You get these vulnerable people, parents are letting you do this because they want to make it so badly, and then you record them probably and say, if you do anything, we got this on you.
Let's rewind to that party for a second because this was no regular get-together. Diddy went all out for Meek's birthday, A-listers everywhere. And get this, Diddy and Meek allegedly showed up in matching outfits. If that doesn't raise eyebrows, what does? Inside, it was wild. Diddy's usual crew was there, along with a crowd of Instagram models and some alleged former employees. Jason Haight, the property manager, later said the place was trashed. He found panties, bras, and even 2 iPhones tossed in the bushes. There were razor blades, bottles of lube, and powder scattered all over the marble floors. And before any guests arrived, Diddy was making strange moves. He reportedly ordered brand new locks for every bedroom and kept the only set of keys for himself. His team even installed smoke detectors, then removed them later. People are saying those locked rooms were where the wildest stuff went down, and Diddy was in full control, calling every shot. Who was with who stayed in which room, it all went through him. And allegedly, he was secretly recording everything through those smoke detectors, building up a private stash of footage. That viral Meek audio that's everywhere now, people say it was recorded that night, leaked by a bodyguard who claims Diddy spiked everyone's drinks before the chaos even started. According to him, the whole party was a setup from the jump.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him. Nicki put that out there. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek. She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
So then who's the guy who's claiming he recorded it?
Oh, somebody that got paid?
And folks say one clip shows Meek looking real compromised. Word is it made Meek look like one of Diddy's boy toys. And listen, those rumors about Meek being Diddy's boy toy ain't new. They've been flying for a while. Meek always denied it, but all the evidence keeps popping up. Like this one clip where Diddy literally called Meek daddy. How many of y'all call your homeboys daddy? Exactly. That clip blew up. Had people roasting Meek for weeks. It looked bad. Meek came out swinging again, said it was all caps, and that every black blog site enhanced that post to make seem gay. They are designed to destroy the image of black leaders. That ain't all. Meek even said he put up $100,000 to find out who's behind the smear campaign. He tweeted, "Somebody powering these bad campaigns with Meek Mill." Again, I got $100K off for a thorough investigation of who's powering and how exactly my name connect to this. Guess what? He never followed up. No receipts, no investigation, just tweets. Now folks are asking if it's really fake, why not clear your name? Why say you're going to drop $100K and then ghost the whole thing? And it gets even messier. DJ Akademix came through with another bomb. He said that in the lawsuit filed by Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a Philly rapper who dated Nicki Minaj was mentioned. Sound familiar? Yeah, that's Meek. Ain't too many Philly rappers who dated Nicki now.
Okay, so.
But that's not a diss. Meek likes being brought up in that song. I don't know why you lowering his thing. You think you're doing him a favor. He's very, very happy being mentioned, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the champagne was spiked, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked.
Something else that I thought was interesting is sort of this timeline that the defense laid out. And they showed that Combs and Cassie Ventura had been in contact with each other via text in 2020. This is around the time she had just had her first child. He's congratulating her and saying Frankie's beautiful, so using her daughter's name. And it seemed like they were both sort of having this exchange of sending love and sending light. I hope your family's well. And one of the last texts Cassie Ventura sent was something to the effect of, I hope one day we'll have an opportunity to talk soon. The defense said, and you never got that opportunity, did you?
All that daddy this and daddy that. And then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all this.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
we got a lawsuit. So the Lil Rod lawsuit we got.
Yeah, I read through the whole thing.
And it didn't mention Meek by name, but there was a footnote.
A Philly rapper who used to date Nicki Minaj.
It was like a Jeopardy question.
Duh, who is that? It can only be one person on the planet. Unless there's a Philly rapper that also dated Nicki that no one knows about, it's obviously Meek Mill.
So essentially, I reacted to, I literally found out on stream, I'm like, yo, no way Meek Mill was in these freak offs.
That the feds are allegedly leaking this wild party footage. Word on the street is Meek Mill has turned around and ready to talk after all the audio drama, the alleged boy toy talk, and that freak-off birthday party. It's all coming back to me. One user said, sounds like Cheek Mills was a willing participant. Rap is finished after this. Another person added, did he use that man on his birthday? I bet Meek Mills hates birthdays now for real. Meek Mill was grown, able and willing. All them was down for the fame and money. Now that they see they were secretly videotaped and blackmailed, they hollering wolf. No, son, you sold yourself for what you thought was fame. All you got was game that turned you into flame. Folks say he's trying to play the victim card now, like he ain't know what was going down at those parties. But the big question is, was Meek Mill a victim in all this, or was he part of the freaky madness from the start? And if the feds got more tapes, who y'all think is next to get exposed? It's official, this Diddy trial is no longer just about Cassie. What started as a disturbing, focused case centered on her testimony has spiraled into something no one saw coming. This isn't just tabloid drama anymore, it's a full-blown reckoning. We're talking federal courtroom shakeups, leaked insider summaries, silent audio playbacks, and a tidal wave of resurfaced clips pulling half of Hollywood down with it. The internet's in overdrive. The streets are buzzing. And the people tied to this, they're sweating harder than they ever have. Here's what just went down. After weeks of prosecutors building Cassie's timeline, the abuse, the freak-offs, the manipulation, the control, it all shifted. The courtroom turned. The focus has shifted hard, and now all eyes are on the audio recordings. But these aren't just any tapes. According to courtroom insiders, these are explicit, graphic recordings allegedly involving Diddy, Will Smith, and Meek Mill. Yeah, this isn't Twitter gossip anymore. This is reportedly being played inside a federal courtroom. It all began with a silent hotel lobby video shown a few days ago. No sound, just grainy visuals. Everyone assumed that was the limit. But now, sources say audio from that same moment was played behind closed doors, and it froze the room. No phones, no press, no leaks, just pure paralyzing silence. One source described the clip as male-on-male, graphic, and undeniable. And the kind of silence that filled the room, it only happens when everyone realizes what they're hearing is serious. But here's the thing, it gets worse. Much worse.
Yeah, no, we're gonna pray for Mr. Gray, man. If he needs prayer, I don't even know what's going on.
They're trying to sleep him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
According to leaks from courtroom insiders and spectators, the prosecution is moving beyond Cassie. And if what's coming is as big as the whispers say, then this trial, it's about to blow wide open. After that bombshell, the court announced new witnesses. And these aren't random people chasing clout. These are ex-bad boy artists, former staffers, people who worked with Diddy, toured with him, and spent nights at his parties. These are the insiders, the ones who saw it all, who stayed silent for years but are now stepping up under legal protection to finally speak the truth. One of the most explosive voices, Dawn Richards. You might remember her from Danity Kane, one of Diddy's former girl groups. She took the stand and was later spotted by paparazzi, frustrated, exhausted, leaving court. Insiders say Dawn's testimony backed up Cassie's every word. She didn't just hint, she admitted Diddy did horrific things. That's not a rumor. That's in the official court transcript. And then there's Diddy's daughter. If you wanted a moment that showed just how bad things are, this was it. She walked out of that courtroom, no smugness, no attitude, just a blank stare, dead silent. She looked pale and shaken. Even the paparazzi backed off, not daring to shout questions. She didn't look up once. Insiders say her reaction came right after the audio was played, which just adds fuel to the fire about what might have echoed through that room. The implications now go way beyond legal trouble. This isn't just about the law anymore. It's about reputation, family legacy, and a tangled web of secrets that reaches into the most powerful corners of entertainment. Will Smith's name being dragged into this wasn't some throwaway detail. It's reportedly tied directly to the audio, and the internet did what it does best. Old interviews, awkward red carpet moments, podcast clips. Suddenly, everything about Will and Diddy's past got put under the microscope. One interview that blew up again, comedian Linnell, almost casually, said Diddy and Will were clapping each other's cheeks. She said it so offhand, most people missed it the first time. But not anymore. This time, everyone caught it and the internet took off running. But it didn't stop there. The rabbit hole went deeper. Fans started digging up old clips of Will with Jaden Smith, all those affectionate kisses, the playful energy that once just seemed quirky and sweet. Now, people were watching with new eyes, and a lot of them were saying, something feels off. The tone online shifted fast, and then came the nuclear moment. Will Smith's former assistant, Brother Bill, dropped a bombshell of his own, piling on new allegations that made everything impossible to ignore. He didn't hold back. Bill claimed he'd personally seen Will getting explicit with another man, even describing a moment where Will allegedly played with another man's junk and tried to finger his right. His words, not mine. And it got wilder. Bill said he once walked in on Dwayne Martin and Will, claiming Dwayne was bending Will over a couch like a yoga instructor. Again, his words. After Brother Bill set the internet on fire with the wild Dwayne Martin story, fans basically became amateur detectives. People started pulling everything, clips, photos, interviews, any moment where Diddy and Will were together at parties, hugging, laughing, looking a little too close. Then, right when it reached fever pitch, Will stepped out and tried to shut it all down with a hard denial.
I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all the memes. I can stop all of that bullshit. Will adds, I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. I do enough of my own Don't be putting me in other people's bullshit. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid
Will tried to squash the rumors fast. His quote, I ain't nowhere near that man. I did none of that stupid stuff. So if you hear it, if anybody says that, it's a damn lie. But that only made things worse. The second Will went public, Twitter and Reddit exploded with receipts, photos and videos of him and Diddy literally side by side. Parties, clubs, award shows, even private hangouts. There's footage of them toasting champagne together, laughing like old friends. Now, people weren't just suspicious. They felt like he was lying straight to their faces. And that's when Meek Mill got pulled into the mess. His name came up during the courtroom playback of those alleged freak-off tapes too. That's all it took, pure chaos. Unlike Will, who tried to keep things calm, Meek went into full meltdown mode. Tweet after tweet, he was on the defensive, firing off posts nonstop. And honestly, the more he tweeted, the more people online got convinced something was really up. It doesn't help that Meek's name has been linked to Diddy for years. Fans always joked about their relationship, calling Meek things like Diddy's intern, his pocket puppet, and worse. Some things are too dark to repeat. Back then, people thought those jokes were just trolling, nothing serious. But now, the internet is digging up every old clip, reframing them like puzzle pieces that finally make sense. And they came for Meek Mill hard. Receipts started flying. One viral video showed Meek at a party with billionaire Michael Rubin, jumping around awkwardly, like a kid who just lost a dare. People started pointing out how uncomfortable he looked, how he tried to laugh it off, but the vibe was all wrong. You could hear voices in the background, laughing, taunting him. Then came another video, Diddy throwing Meek a birthday bash. Sounds normal until you see the crowd is mostly shirtless guys by the pool and Diddy on camera calling Meek daddy. Proud of you, I love you, I appreciate life. Daddy. Yeah, the internet did not let that slide. Every time Meek tried to post something tough, fans spammed the daddy clip right back at him. Within hours, daddy became a meme. And when Meek went on a Twitter rant yelling, I'm not fruity, stop playing with me, the replies online were flooded with screenshots, old tweets, and clips of him looking way too cozy with Diddy. But what really shook people was the mystery around the actual audio evidence. So far, nothing has leaked, no video, no public playback, just whispers from insiders and courtroom leaks. And honestly, that's made it worse. Everyone's hearing how wild the audio is supposed to be, but nobody outside that courtroom has actually heard it. One insider described it as a man being pounded, while Diddy laughed in the background. That's the level we're talking about here. There was even a short clip making the rounds where someone claimed to have a recording of Meek and Diddy making love. Whether it was real or just someone chasing clout is up for debate, but the buzz it created was undeniable. And the fact that the government still hasn't released anything is making everyone even more suspicious. Because here's the thing, in the US, you can't just hide evidence in a criminal trial unless there's a very good reason. Now, journalists are starting to ask the tough questions. If this evidence is so serious, why is it locked away? Why can't the public hear what's being used to possibly convict someone? When you put someone on trial, transparency matters. Some say it's about protecting identities or dignity, especially given what's allegedly on those tapes. Others believe it's because the audio is just too explosive, too many famous names, too much power behind the scenes. If any of it actually leaks, it could destroy careers, end deals, spark lawsuits, and drag in people who haven't even been named yet. And that's what really scares people. If Diddy, Will, and Meek are just the tip of the iceberg, who else could be tangled up in all of this? As wild as all the rumors are, the most disturbing part isn't even the celebrity name drops, it's the silence. We live in an era where everything leaks, iCloud hacks, court docs, even courtroom audio. Somehow, this time, not a second of those alleged Diddy tapes has surfaced. No clips, no audio, not even a single still. That silence is deafening. It's got everyone asking the same thing: who's protecting this? That single question has opened up a whole new rabbit hole. Because let's be honest, this trial stopped being about just Diddy and Cassie weeks ago. It's pulling back the curtain on a network, a culture that's been hidden for years, tucked away where nobody had the courage or the influence to expose it. The only reason all this is coming to light now is federal heat, and the fact that, finally, survivors and insiders feel safe enough to speak out. We're witnessing the total unraveling of someone who's been in the spotlight for decades, a figure who once seemed untouchable. Diddy wasn't just another music mogul. He was a fixture in hip-hop, TV, fashion, even politics. He had that bad boy for life, swagger, legendary parties, the vote or die campaign, billionaire friends. But now, it's all falling apart in real time. What's truly wild is how many people are looking back and saying, the signs were always there. In hindsight, the red flags couldn't be clearer. His strange obsession with controlling artists, those interviews where he'd pause after every sentence, like he was half joking, half hiding something. Nearly every artist who left Bad Boy either faded into the background or left broken. Look at Loon, Day 26, Danity Kane. Aubrey O'Day tried to sound the alarm for years and nobody paid attention, but the courtroom is listening now. And Dawn Richards' testimony just proved that Diddy's behavior was far beyond just problematic.